Hi, day 12 of me speaking in front of you. Um, the topic that I want to talk about today is it's about what I've learned earlier, roadblocks to personal growth. And one of the things that it talked about is the learned helplessness, where the mindset where I cannot grow anymore. This is who I am. This is what I am capable of, and there's nothing more to it. I am fixed. I cannot grow. I my thinking is just like this, and my thoughts and knowledge that I have is just this, and I can never change. This is who I am, and I learned that from some people. Don't know where they got it from, but usually it comes from their culture, their experiences, their upbringing that learned helplessness. But once you become aware of your capabilities, where you know that you believe that you can change for the better, it started to things started to open up. Everything that you set your mind into, you can do. And that's actually the beauty of it. That's the beauty of life, when you can change yourself for the better, when you learn that, oh, I am not fixed. I can still change. I can grow. I can get better. And I realized that a couple of years ago, where exactly 5 years ago, where I realized that it was pandemic, and suddenly everything changes, where people are locked down from their home and they're not able to get out. And I realized that this is a massive change in our environment, in the world, in my family, in businesses and churches and everything. And so if this thing could happen in a snap, I believe that I can do everything or anything I want. I am not gonna regret it. If this is the start of the end of the world, I will be able to do something with it. I want to maximize the life that I've been given. And so I told myself, in 5 years, I'll be one of the most effective speaker in the world. And that's what I'm gonna do for a living. And at that time, I don't know how to speak in English. I'm not fluent. I can only answer yes or no questions, and I'm looking for words, and I am super shy to talk with the native speakers here. But I refuse to accept that kind of life where I'm not able to talk or have a conversation with them. All I can do is listen. All I can do is just that. I can even ask a question because I'm super shy and I don't know. I'm super insecure about the grammar that I should say. So what I've done is I set up a goal where I would be able to read books in a week. Every week I'll be reading one book, and then listen to podcasts for 2 to 3 hours every day, and at the same time manage or build my body in a great shape, which I've done now, even though ev- there's every time there's room for improvement, but there's also no finish line. And so growth is continuous. You never arrive, and so looking back 5 years from now, the growth that I have is so massive, where I would say I have 100 times better than I was 5 years ago. Because I was overweight, I was so shy, not able to converse with other people, not able to goof around with them. I don't have the charisma that I have right now, that I improve, or that I developed. And so learned helplessness is where things is learned. Everything that we have right now is we learned it from someone else or somewhere else. And once we realize that we can learn and change for the better or worse, we have the power. We become empowered to do great things, because everything, like Steve Jobs said, everything around us are made up by people who are no smarter than us, and we can change it, we can influence it, we can create a product that other people can use. And so that's what I'm trying to do. I want to become the speaker, the most effective speaker that I could possibly be. That way I can serve others, and if Lord wills, I will be able to do this speaking for a living. And it is tough. It is tough to create powerful stories and speeches or write it down, and it was a power struggle that I am currently having. And in fact, in Toastmasters Club, I am now a year, I believe, 1 year anniversary in Toastmaster, and I was able to deliver one prepared speeches, and that's 47 minutes, because I'm struggling with imperfection, with the qualities that I'm making. I want, if I'm going to have this, if I'm going to create a speech, I might as well do the best that I can and perfect it. But the thing about that kind of mindset is it's also learned helplessness, where I have a fixed mindset that this thing is supposedly be quality. Everything I made is supposed to be quality, but this everyday speaking that I'm trying to do, day 12, is about me messing up, expressing the thoughts that I have imperfectly, and it actually is freeing, and it's giving me a space. It gives me a space where I could say whatever I want. I could mess up, I could babble, I could stutter, I can stop and think. And this is the raw me articulating the thoughts that I have, and the things that I've learned from my intentionality and my intentionally learning throughout the years. And so this is me trying to develop my articulation and thoughts, and being able to write things down and imperfectly, But at the same time, doing this consistently, it's gonna make me supercharge my skill of speaking and articulating and being able to express and inspire others and become the leader that I really wanted to be. I'd say it's been 10 minutes me speaking. It's quite a journey. It is freeing. I love the fact that I am able to express myself through these speeches that I'm doing every single day with no script. Some things are premeditated, but sometimes, or most of the time, I am doing this spontaneously, which I was not able to do 5 years ago because I was super scared. I don't know how to do it yet. I don't have the skill that I thought that it will take me forever to build, but I realized that doing something small daily in in a in a span of huge amount of time, a span of years or 100 days or months will going to compound over time. That is why the title of my YouTube channel is Compounding Efforts, because every effort compounds, every rep counts, including the lifting weights or walking step by step. Every action equals something that becomes a real thing. What I mean by that is, most of the time, the ideas that I have, the thoughts, is all in my head, and I never even write it. It's just that when the great idea comes up in my head, and I thought that this is gonna be a great content, but then I forget about it, and after a couple days after, I won't be able to remember what I just thought, because it's just a thought and it's not putting into an action. And when that happens, there's nothing created. It was just thought about. And while this thing with me speaking in front of this camera, I'm now able to create a real thing where I am seeing what I'm doing, I am hearing what I'm saying, and I am sharing the thoughts and ideas that I have in my head. And so, let me wrap it up. It's learned helplessness. If we want to become aware, if we have that in any areas of our lives, if we want to become aware, if we have that learned helplessness roadblock to personal growth, we have to ask ourselves and this question. The question is, what is it like to be in the other side of me? What is it like to be in the other side of me? And that question will gonna open up a lot of things, where you will be more aware. If you have this certain mindset where it is fixed, you thought that you cannot grow, but you can, because you confront yourself deep within that, you know what, I can change. And so ask that to yourself. What is it like to be on the other side of me? Bye for now.